sorry, we forgot.
Papers on top of it. Yes.
You got, hand me one. Sir. Okay, roll call.
Yes, please.
Tom Hill.
Here.
Dave Anzera.
Here.
Ken Sullivan.
Here.
Randy Van Buren.
Here.
And Dave Lindros.
Here.
All right, let the record show that we have our members here enough for a quorum. So at this time, I'm gonna turn it over to our legal counsel, and she's gonna explain about swearing anybody who plans to speak tonight. Andy, if you would.
Yes. Anybody who is gonna speak to the board tonight, I do wanna swear you in that you're gonna tell the truth, because if anybody were to ever need to appeal these proceedings, we need to have a transcript and make sure that you're telling the truth to the board.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, Rachel, if you would read case 20250007-BZA, please.
Okay, applicant 1388 Mentor Avenue LLC submitted a variance application for property located at 1388 Mentor Avenue. The request is to allow installation of 121.38 square foot wall signs on the east facing wall of the building is denied in violation of section 28.05B1, which states that wall signs shall be permitted on front walls only, which are defined as the walls facing and most parallel with a street line.
Okay, I find no error in our zoning inspector requiring a variance for this and denying the application. Is there someone here to speak in favor?
Yes.
If you would just stand, identify yourself and.
Jessica Ruff, 295 West Prospect, 44077.
Okay,
So I am here representing 1388 Menor Avenue, and we are proposing, I'll just go through the whole package of all the signs, if that's okay. So the first sign is sign 1. This one is within code. It's the car wash sign. 28 inches tall. It will be internally illuminated. It will be dimensional channel letters on a raceway, as proposed, red in color. On the next page, you'll see these are the signage that require a variance. The Go Unlimited and the free vacuums. The overall height of the Go Unlimited, they're 28 inches each. And then for the free vacuums, those are 20-inch channel letters. And these will be also internally illuminated with LED, also mounted on a raceway. And then there will be a ground sign as well, and that will be on the final page. And this one is 48 square feet overall. This will be also illuminated internally. The overall height is 6 feet and then 8 feet wide. And this one does not require a variance. So the two that we will be looking at were the Go Unlimited and the free vacuums. And they are requesting these just based off of their overall performance as far as people come there just for the free vacuums in their Go Unlimited program. So that's why they are hoping to get these signage. I don't know the overall square footage, if we could maybe talk about the size, maybe reducing. So that is on his request. He should be here shortly too.
okay, yeah, first of all,
If I could-
Yeah.
We never swore her in.
Oh,
So-
I thought, yeah, that's what I wondered,
Okay.
because I looked at you for a minute.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry, I didn't make eye contact with you.
That's all right.
Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth to this board?
I do.
Okay, thank you.
Is that retroactive?
Yes.
It is.
Okay, first of all, you're requesting signs on the side of the building, which is not in our zoning. It's denied in our
Correct.
zoning code. And I take a ride down, I ride down 20 every day, and there's a couple of them that are there. Me personally, I can understand that, you might want the signage there. It seems excessive right now. I would like to see if maybe we can do a compromise here.
Okay.
There's two things that bother me, the square footage and the color.
Okay. I could.
We have, in our zoning resolution, we have colors that we want coming into the Western Reserve. And if we could find some sort of compromise where you pick one of our colors that we've kind of decided on.
Okay.
Thank
No, I'm sure he'll be fine with that.
I mean, you've got red in the
red.
front,
Yeah.
and I think red is one of ours. And there's a couple, I'm trying to think of one that's down here now that has a red sign on the side.
Yeah. No,
But that yellow is just like, whoa, that's like trying to catch a car going
No, I
70 mile an
understand.
hour down the turnpike to get off at the next exit.
It's
That's
bright.
what I'm thinking, like Buc-ee's or something.
Yeah.
And Sean,
okay.
we try to adhere to the RGBs accurately, right? When we're looking at our Western Reserve.
Yeah. So typically, I mean, it's when it falls within there. I mean, it's fairly close. I know that, like, so branding itself, like for like McDonald's, obviously their branded sign, fits their color. So we have a hard time legally making them conform to like what we have. But when you're dealing with signage that's just kind of non-branded, we can ask that they meet these accent colors to lighten the load on there versus having high yellow light.
Is that applicable to the actual colors? I know from like the building facade it is, but on the side of that building when you come in into the corridor, is that applicable as well? The color of the side of the building?
Everything. So
Everything,
basically,
okay.
it's from, and when this went back through the site plan and architecture review board, they knew that this sign required a variance, so they didn't touch it because you guys will make that.
Got
Because
it.
if you guys say nope,
There's
they'll
no
say
point.
we still approve the site plan, but minus that sign.
Right.
Right? So if you guys dictate the color, the size, the location, they're okay with that, and that they know they work hand in hand with you guys.
Understood. And so our objective, our goal, and actually our responsibilities tonight is only applicable to the signs versus the rest of the building. Right. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
And I'm looking at the application, and it's kind of describing the hardship that they think they have to make this viable. They really are looking for packages, is that correct? They don't want the individual, hey, I think I need a car wash. They want somebody to sign up and
Correct.
take a yearly or however they're gonna do it.
Correct. Yeah, that's kind of where they.
Now, are you with the sign company?
Yes.
Okay, so can you modify the size of this and the colors? Is that any problem for you to do?
Oh, no,
I mean, they're gonna
totally.
have to make the decision.
Yeah.
but-
Oh yeah. No, we can do that.
And we can't do that until one of them is here. I
Yeah.
guess they have
He
to
should
agree
be
to it.
here. He got lost again, but.
Yeah. So I can. This is the first time I've actually met Jessica in person.
Hi.
So her and I have actually worked together through zoning probably for the past 3.5 years, and we always kind of like go back and forth like, hey, I need this. She's like, okay, I'll talk that. So ultimately, she's the one that has done all of this for the property owner. I mean, so if you guys decide on something, he's still not here. If he doesn't like it, then I guess it would be a no then. But I don't foresee him. Whatever you guys decide.
You're the sign expert on a building that big. The Go Unlimited are 28-inch letters, 28-inch high. That's like this.
And that's each letter, right? So
Each
really,
letter.
you've got nearly
So you're
what?
over 4 foot.
Yeah, you're over 4 foot with the two together.
Yeah, you're 212 inches long.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other one, what are those 20-inch
20
letters?
inch. Yeah.
Realistically, what could those go down to? I would like to see it get below 100 square feet. Because I mean, when we do allow it on the front, that's our maximum.
Okay.
So you're trying to do it where we don't allow it and over the maximum if it was allowed.
Now, would that be 100 square feet overall, right? So you're reducing it because we're 50, right? 150. Is that what we are?
Yeah,
total?
so you're 101 on the Go Limited and
Okay.
the 32. Yeah, right. 89 and 32.
Oh yeah, 89 and 32.
Yeah, come up like 160 something over for all of the signs on the walls. And we're limited
That's the
to
front as well.
front as well. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but like I said, the front is totally green lighted. So if you guys want to look at this side number,
So we're like 21 square feet roughly.
Pardon?
We have to look.
What
at
we
the
have to come
overall
down to
square
is
footage.
20 because we're like 121.
Yeah.
With those two signs.
believe we have to look at the overall
We
square
do.
footage of all the signage.
Yeah.
You can, or they're basically applying for this sign, so these signs on the side solely, because in terms of the approval, the front sign is approved, the monument sign is approved, and the required variance is for here. So hypothetically, if they would have gotten approved for the front and the monument, and then they've been open for a year and they were struggling, and they wanted to apply for a side, they could apply for the whole length of the building if you
Right.
guys would be there, so you guys can just solely focus on the side numbers, to be honest.
There's no restriction, technically, there's no restriction on the square footage of this sign on the side. The only restriction is that there's a sign on the side,
Yes,
right? So we can
Yeah.
make it as small or as large as we
Correct.
want. Yeah.
correct. That's why I was asking, what,
Okay.
on a building that size, what realistically could you come down to and still have it effective?
I mean, I think the 20-inch letters, I think those are reasonable. You know, the free vacuums. I don't know your thoughts, because that would,
Make them all the same size?
I mean, that would be, I think Anthony would be reasonable. Can I fill Anthony in on kind of what we
Yeah,
want?
why don't you fill them in where we are?
So, the Go Unlimited, they have certain colors that they use here. They have in there, so they want to do these red. Would you be
Okay.
opposed to that?
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay, and then if they do allow it, shrinking them slightly,
Okay, so how much are we shrinking?
so 8 inches.
Each look, like,
So they're
Oh.
28, so we would be 20 inches.
Be the same as
So
the,
same as free vacuums, which I don't think that's.
Sir, could you just identify yourself?
Sorry.
And I'm gonna
Sorry.
swear you in, cause I know they're gonna have questions for you
Yeah.
too.
okay, Anthony Varselli, Finish Line Car Wash, do you wanna swear me in now?
Yes,
Okay.
do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth to this board tonight?
I do,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Sorry I'm late, I feel terrible.
All good.
So, yeah, that's to shrink it down to
Yes,
like this.
so it would be the same height as free vacuums.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
what would the square footage be if those went down to 20 inches?
Oh, making her, now she's getting.
Get
now
your
she's getting
calculator out. Randy's got one probably.
Like a nut- Yeah,
Because the width would then change too.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Would the height change, does the width change too?
Yeah, because
It
you can't
does.
just squeeze them. You
Yeah.
gotta. It
So you-
goes like this, you know.
So if you did 28 and did a percentage, so 20 divided by 28, found out what the percentage was and did the same percentage on the 212, that should give us the overall length as well.
I'm glad we got a math.
no, I just, we have Randy the Rain Man, he's just Rain Manning over there.
Should be, I mean,
AP
it,
calculus.
28, we want 28
AP
letters, right? Or 20 letters?
Thinking
so-
like 60, right? Oh.
So 20, 28, oops, 20, sorry, divided by 28.
Doesn't need to be.
So it's 71%, so 71%, 212, so 212 times 0.71. So it's got about 150 inches, yeah, 150 inches long. So 150, 150
Think by what,
times,
Roughly 4.
40-ish, yep. 6,000 square inches. That's not right, that's not 500 square feet. Let's do, again, bear with me 1 second.
We're gonna let you do it, cause we know it's gonna bug you all night.
Right.
12, so it's 12 and a half feet by, 3.3, so
Yeah.
12.5 times
I can show you
3.3.
their
I'm only getting 41.25 square feet for the Go Unlimited sign.
For the Go Unlimited,
Yeah,
41,
41.25.
and the other one is already established at what, 30, 35 or something like that? The sign number 3, because we're not changing that one, the free vacuum.
Right.
How many square feet do you show for sign number
The
3?
letters.
It's far away.
Oh, yeah.
For
yeah,
sign
yeah,
3,
Yeah, I think that's.
vacuums
reasonable.
is
I think
32.28.
So 32 and
Let me show
40
you this
something, we're 70,
Yeah.
70 some feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with
'Cause,
that.
I mean, that's 20.
So
Yeah.
depending on if you kept
You know,
them to
I
that
think that's
100
reasonable.
total
Yeah.
on the side, as we would have on the
Yeah,
front,
it's gonna be under that,
so.
30% under that.
If I did my math correct.
I think you did.
Nobody's willing to challenge
It's
it.
a big
I did
ramp, but I think we're-
So what we're asking you to do in a compromise is to take your 28-inch letters, reduce those to the same as your sign number 3. And according to our calculations, that would get your side signs down to about 70-some square feet. Which if, we don't have a definition of square footage on the side because we don't allow signs on the side, but if it was that way, if that was parallel to the road, you would meet the requirement.
Okay. Works for me.
Okay. And that yellow is not in my color wheel for. So,
What are the colors of picked from?
Wrong box.
yeah, show him, maybe there's something else he'd like, he's gonna be the owner.
Oh, you're trying to go to the Cavs game too?
So,
Trying to look.
and then I'll just,
On which, on,
I'm assuming, I mean, basically it's red, right? So
Yeah.
in terms of the accent color, and the colors on this aren't necessarily true to, you know, whatever the RGB is. So I'm gonna pull up his other property so you can kind of see,
12.5,
if I can-
12.67.
yeah, I mean, so basically that's what the red would look like on the
Okay.
building, right? So
21 square
he's keeping it uniform with his other locations in terms of the red.
And I'm okay with that as long as the yellow goes
Oh,
in
to
there.
the whole
Yeah,
thing?
I did.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's,
likes yellow.
Okay.
I appreciate it, I'm fine with that,
Okay.
so we're discussing, so. Cause they're gonna be far away, Jeff.
Yeah,
They're not gonna be together.
yeah.
Okay, so you're happy with that?
So
I
it
am.
would be like, you know.
I appreciate it.
Is there anyone else to speak in favor of the request? Anyone to speak against the request? Any more questions from the board? Would someone like to make a motion, please?
looking for the, do we need to include the actual zoning resolution for, that it has, that the colors have to adhere to? The
You
guidelines
just, I would probably just say,
for Western, or
yes, and just with zoning, director's approval color. That's
Okay.
how I would,
And you're saying it's okay to match the red that he has on the front
Yeah.
for continuity?
correct.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, cool, so you got your red, so we're good.
And that's not in terms of, yeah. Yes.
So we want the letters to be 20 inches high,
Mhm.
and the colors to be approved by the zoning director, correct? Perfect, okay. I will make a motion that we approve variance number 2025-0007-BZA with the following conditions. The letters for the Go Unlimited will be 20 inches high each as opposed to 28. And the colors of the letters will adhere to our zoning resolution and be approved by our director of zoning.
That'll-
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded?
Okay, so the letters to be 20 inches high each as opposed to 28 inches, and the colors to be approved by the zoning director. Okay, and that was by, motion by Randy Van Buren and seconded by Dave Lindros. Okay, Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
Dave and Zara.
yes.
All right,
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Now,
very
what do you-
much, I appreciate it.
that's gonna be a while before you're gonna be messing with these letters, right?
Yeah. Little bit.
Sometime.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
good
Thank
luck.
you, good luck to you, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that sounds good, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
All right, this time I need a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Wait, I'm sorry, who motion?
I did, sorry.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Okay.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Dave and Zara,
Yes,
Dave Lindros.
Yes.
Okay, now we're opening the regular meeting. Do I need to make a motion to open the regular meeting?
No, you're just.
Okay, so we're gonna open the regular meeting. At this point, I'm gonna turn it over to Vice Chairman Dave Anzera to go over the minutes since he was presiding during that meeting.
thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I'll need a motion to approve the minutes from our April 8th meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the April 8th meeting.
Is there a second?
I wasn't there.
You can.
You can make
You can
it
still-
without being there, right?
Yes.
Yes, as long as you.
All right, we have a motion which has been seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Rachel, could you call the vote, please?
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Dave Nzera,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
Dave Lindros,
Yes.
and Tom Hill.
Yes,
Okay, thank you. Back to you, Mr. Chairman.
okay. Any old business? Mr. Zoning Inspector, new zoning inspector?
Old business, no. New business, maybe.
Okay, so no old business, new business. Any new business that's coming our way?
Yes. So next month you'll probably have two right off the cuff cases. Basically outdoor dining and outdoor entertainment uses for the shop. There's a new owner, so she has to reapply for those. And then I just spoke with the new owner of Barrel 9, which is located at the old Glenda's Pizza. So there's a new owner there. So they'll have to apply for outdoor dining as well.
Are these all on the east side?
Yes. One is right off of Northridge, the other one is on Madison and Park.
Yeah, okay.
So with the Barrel 9 taking over the whole building?
Yes.
That's-
Oh, okay.
So, but that's two of the low-hanging fruit that will be coming. Next month, we will have most likely a case for 1300 Menor Avenue, which is the old Gibbs Lighting Building. So, this is going to be the new location for the American Home Energy and Fireplace. So for Chris, Chris has to go through a site plan review, and then I kind of talked to those guys last night, and Chris is going to need quite a few variances and conditional uses.
Is he gonna keep the property to the east of him?
He does not own that property
The guy owns
currently.
it from the gas
So
tank. place.
Captain Rice owns the Midland Auto and this building. I think eventually down the line, I think Chris would like to purchase both of these properties from Captain Rice, Rice Captain. So long story short, this is going to be pretty in-depth one. So just mentally prepare for that because there's going to be side setback variances. There's proposal of displays clearly with right next to the road right away. There's going to be a fence proposed very close to the road right away. The parking is not right. The sign setback. Outdoor displays. So I have to kind of break down the whole thing and get an accurate list of what would be there and what could be denied hypothetically. And the zoning commission's most likely gonna continue the case until you guys don't make any drastic changes to that. So, this is basically what he's proposing. And then like line of sight came up last night in terms of somebody making like a left out of here. It's hard to see and then coming in. And I know these might be shorter shrubbery, but the sign and in and out, because customers would go to the back and pick up maybe some stuff, but then exit on this side. So
That's a busy intersection.
yeah, and that was the thing. So, if you guys are ever at Giant Eagle or over in this area and you're in the left lane, and as soon as you make a left out of here, you're basically starting to get up to speed right here
Mm-hmm.
and there. So, I think originally when these outdoor displays were approved, I'm assuming this property came into play of where it was at, location, in terms of traffic and flow. So, I feel I expressed my concerns to him whether things would get approved or denied. So
Well, he'll know better than to say he wants to display pools up on their side.
correct. So we know that won't happen. But from a zoning standpoint, it's denied from me. So then going to you guys, you know, I'll have a probably in-depth staff report on it.
He bought the property though?
Yeah, so he bought this property and it's basically in his name. There was multiple
He's been
parcels
storing
combined.
stuff there since, for a few months, because we gave him a variance or a conditional use permit to store things there a while ago.
Right, so, and the trustees have been on me about that storage in terms of the process. So Chris is doing a lot of this work himself. He has an architect with the building itself, but he's doing some of the other legwork. He wanted to be on yesterday's meeting, for that, and it just wasn't, it wasn't an option for me to get him into it, just looking at all of the variances and trying to jam it in on a Friday at 4 PM and getting it done in a week. And then training a new employee last week, so it just wasn't feasible. So just an FYI, that's coming, and that's probably one of the longer cases, and whether you guys decide continue or make him to make changes to continue on as well, at least the ball has started.
We've dealt with him a number of times, and he's pretty reasonable.
So,
Eventually, he usually starts out not being reasonable.
Yeah, but eventually he does.
yeah, and I mean, that's kind of where we're at, so, other than that, next week, I will be out of town. We're going to ICSC in Vegas to try to bring businesses to the township, so.
Cool.
Slot machines. Okay, good. People, it's June the 10th. I will be here.
I will as well.
Okay, so we should be okay.
June the 10th, correct.
All right, anything else from the? All right, would someone like to make a motion to adjourn the regular meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn at 6, what is that? 6:58.
6:58.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
So precise.
Dave Manzara,
Yes.
Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
and Randy Van Buren.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
All right, everyone. Go Cavs. Come on. We need
Well, that
this.
game's on in 2 minutes, yeah. I don't wanna turn it on the radio and find out they're down 14-1 or something.